Here's Carlos Martins. I'm going to show you right now a little bit more about price on rails trading futures. Price on rails is a feature that shows you the next 5 bars in any chart, mainly intraday charts. We use that for day trading. It's better suited for day trading. What we have here, 3 charts showing basically the same thing. Left chart, we have the traditional chart, 1 minute, we are seeing here. If you have the full subscription, you can use any number between 1 and 120. Here, I will stick with the 1 minute chart because it's easier for us to see the projections in place. It changes faster. In the left chart, we have a feature, another AI feature called the interpreter. The interpreter is creating support, resistances, triangles, and head and shoulders figures inside this chart. We can activate here with this button AI. I will deactivate first, and then I will reactivate again so we can see it. It shows this message first, and then you see this little box with all the features that you can activate. Fibonacci is our feature that we use to draw supports and resistances, and the intralines supports and resistances based on the Fibonacci number 61.8%. Figures, we have triangles, and we have different forms and shapes, and head and shoulders, and we have, of course, the levels. The levels are the length of the figures. Like if you use level 0, it's a small figure. If you use level 4, it's a bigger figure, like a bigger trend. We are looking for bigger trends inside the charts. The system will use the same thing that you are seeing. So if you have a zoom here, 59 bars, the interpreter will create an analysis based on these 59 bars. It's not looking for hidden bars in your chart. If you just increase this number, let's say to 120 bars, then you see that automatically the supports change, support and resistances change, and you start seeing triangles and other figures, like we have the head and shoulders here, a lot of things going on this chart. It could be overwhelming at the first time if you like just turn on everything together, so we can turn on things in pieces. Let me remove the Bollinger Bands. Okay, let me remove the pivot points, and I'll let this 200 moving average. Let me delete everything that I have inside the chart. Okay, and now what we have here is the 1 minute chart. Let me remove this indicator here, is a candlestick indicator. So we have only the 200 moving average and the bars. Okay, let's start again with the AI. This time I will not use triangle head and shoulders. I will show you only the Fibonacci. The first thing the system does is to find a top and a bottom to place the support and resistance, and then it draw the support and resistance, the main lines, they are thicker than the other ones, and the white line is here. After that, the system will draw the proportional lines based on the Fibonacci number, 61.8%. The system automatically draws a projection of what's happening with the same numbers, so we can have an idea of where this chart is headed. And we can see that the projection was achieved, and then the chart like make a pullback, another pullback, back to the original breakout. Because the price is going above this line, this white line, the projection is not being shown. Now the chart is again below the white line in this chart, so we have the projection. Let's delete again and do it again with the triangles. Let's forget about the Fibonacci. Let's forget about the head and shoulders. Let's use only the triangle. Okay, what you can see here now is that the system found for us a triangle. Now we have this price moving in real time. We have the triangles and other figures moving in real time also. We can use the zoom in and zoom out to make the system adapt the analysis to what we are seeing in the chart. If you're not seeing something interesting, you can use this life hack, this trick, to create another analysis, and maybe you see something that is more meaningful for your real-time bar here. Sometimes, as we are seeing, we don't have any projections that are active. We have only past projections. If we have something active, you see these projection lines passing through our bar, our current bar, into the future. Let me zoom in again here. Let me use the mouse to zoom in, it's easier. So what we have here, this triangle is drawn inside the chart automatically. You just need to turn the feature on and then just look to the chart. You don't need to do anything else. What the system will do for you, it will draw the triangle, the main figure, that is the green and red lines, and you have the dotted lines that are the projections. When you have the breakout from each side here, like the green, a breakout of the green line is a buy signal, a breakout of the red line is a sell signal inside the system. Everything that is a buy signal is a green, everything that's a sell signal is a red sign. And after you have the breakout here, you have automatically drawn for you already the projection, the price projection, and the time projection. That's important, the price projection and the time projection. If the projection goes until certain level, and then it breaks out the projection, the dotted line of the projection. So you have this projection here is stopped when it have a close after the breakout. So we started the buy signal here, and we exited the bar, the buy signal here. We have 2.5 points of profit by using this figure here. If we have the price going into our targeted pricing, then you can put your take profit in this line here. You see this line before we have the system. Let me show you. Let me start here and here. Let's see that we are here in real time, okay? And let's walk with this chart here. That's what you see. Let me only open a little bit more space to the left. Okay. We have a past triangle, and you can see two different triangles being shown for you. One of them, a small one, showing a small projection. So we already had this projection targeting the same 2.5 points. Look, that's interesting. And then you have another one showing a bigger projection that was aiming to 6 points, more than 6 points, 6.25. What happens here when you are seeing these projections? Like you are waiting for the price to hit your target. When the price starts to fall, we have this view. So here we can, of course, sometimes the bar can make like low below your support, your trend line, but doesn't mean that it will break out. So you can wait until the close of the bar. So this is 1 minute bar, so you need to wait almost 1 minute to see if the price will really break out the line. If it does, like here, so you have your exit signal. And after that, what we see, that the price is going through another trend different than the triangle was showing before. And the last figure that we have is the head and shoulders. It's a reversion signal. So what you see here is like the shoulders and the head. We have S, S, and H here. We have the number here, that's the force of the figure between 0 and 4. We have the neckline. This dotted red line is the neckline. And then we have the projection here, the blue line. Different from the triangle, the head and shoulders, we have like an angled projection. It's not a horizontal line all the time. It's angled, and then it's targeting somewhere in the future that's not a fixed price. Each bar that passes by, we have a new projection pricing because this line has an angle. If we don't have a breakout in the neckline, like we have it here in this small reversed head and shoulder, if we don't have a breakout, we don't have any start on our projection. Well, that's important because sometimes, as you can see here, we can figure out that this projection is aiming somewhere in the future, take a look at this. So you can use it as a channel. It's a good figure for you to understand what's going on with this chart. And let's see now in real time what's happening. We have a big head and shoulder here that try to start, like we have several figures, one underneath the other. That's because we mark it all together. I can choose what level I want. If I do this, I will see only the figures that I choose the level. Let's see the biggest one, the 4. Okay, so we have this figure here. Let's open a little bit more space here and a little bit more space there. Let's open the space below the chart. So what we are seeing here is projection that started, the fake projection that it started but come back to above the line. This is classic technical analysis. These figures there in the literature for a lot of time. The system is just finding them. Let's see everything together. What's new here is that we have a system that's finding this technical analysis for us. So it doesn't matter what chart you are seeing, and again, it's not coming from a server. It's not a feature that's calculated on the server side. It's calculated on your platform. It's tailor-made for you. So it adapts to your zoom, to the number of bars that you are seeing in your chart, and it adapts to, of course, your ticker and your time frame. So ticker, time frame, and zoom, the number of bars that you are seeing, they are the most important variables that you have inside this feature. It will adapt to exactly what you are seeing.